So today we're discussing Smoulder by Terence Hughes and Fragmental. I know this was pushed on YouTube a couple of years ago when it was getting released. It's since been discontinued. I think they did an intense version, but I think that's probably been discontinued as well. So this is pretty rare. You get the odd one floating around on eBay. But yeah, if you didn't get it in that initial run, these are hard to find now. So it's a very interesting fragrance. It's a very, very strong performer. In the top here you get neroli and lemon. In the heart you get tobacco and frankincense. And in the base you get sandalwood, patchouli, more frankincense, and essential skin accord. So I enjoy this a lot. One thing that surprised me about it is the freshness. So it opens up with a real freshness from that neroli and lemon combination. And throughout the life of the fragrance it is somewhat fresh. It's not like, I thought this would be like kind of an ultra wintry scent, but you can wear this in the heat. It has a real airiness about it. So the incense and the tobacco mixes really well. It does have a slightly unusual rubber tire type of a feel to the scent. That's obviously not selling it too well, but it works. That's all I can say. It's a very addictive smell, and you do get that smoky tobacco as it dries down. And it's one of those addictive fragrances where you want to keep leaning in and smelling it. And throughout the day, the performance doesn't really dip much. Like through the life of this fragrance, the sillage is pretty good. So several hours in, you'll still be getting whiffs. And like I say, it kind of gets better in the dry down. So your reminders of it throughout the day, especially if you've sprayed your clothes, are very much welcome because it's such a pleasant scent. So a real good performer this. And the scent itself is extremely nice. I haven't actually tried any of his other fragrances. I've heard good things about like Maverick and Hard Candy and stuff like that, but I haven't tried anything besides Smoulder. If you guys know of anything that's worth checking out from him, please let me know. I know he's quite hard, it's quite difficult to get hold of some of his stuff. I think he has like specific drops on his site and then they will get snapped up pretty quickly. So the way he's marketed himself on YouTube and made a name for himself has obviously worked really well. But if Smoulder's anything like the rest of his work, then it does seem deserved, because this is absolutely excellent. So yeah, it's a real shame that this was limited release and like a real limited production here, because to me it's extremely good. I'd say it's one of the best in my collection. I know it's easy to have a slight bias to ones that are rare and discontinued. If I remove that bias and just go on the scent compared to all my other scents, this is definitely in the top bracket. I would give this a 9 out of 10. I haven't given anything a 10 out of 10 yet. I'll have to have a think if anything actually makes the perfect marks, but that may be impossible. 9 and 9.5 may be as good as it gets. But yeah, this is excellent. This is one of the best ones that I own. If you do find a way to get hold of it or to grab a sample, or a decant or anything like that, I would recommend doing so. If you're as impressed with it as I am, then you'll have found an excellent fragrance that you really love, not just for the colder weather. When I heard this was like a smoky tobacco scent, I really thought it would be like heavy and wintry, but while there is that heaviness, there's also a freshness too. So what surprised me is how versatile it is. I think there's a lot of naturals in here as well. It smells high quality, and from what he preaches on his YouTube channel, I know he really promotes that naturals to synthetics balance. So I'd be very surprised if this didn't have its fair share of naturals. And like I say, it certainly smells high quality. So yeah, I rate this very highly. If you do get a chance to have a smell of it or to purchase it yourself, I could not put people off, as it's that good. What do you think, guys? Have you tried this? Do you own it? What other ATH fragrances would you say are worth trying? Leave any thoughts below, please. I appreciate you watching, and I will catch you next time.